is kind of going through that process. And that's where we started with the information valet, with this key question of how do you sustain these the values, principles, purposes of journalism. In an environment, as you can see, where things are splintering, classifieds have been kind of blown up as a business model, content's being atomized on the web, and what do? So we had an event actually called Blueprinting the Information Valet Economy in December of 2008. And I'm trying to remember, there's a few people in the room here that I think joined us for that, where we started to explore some of these questions. And that led to these research starting points, that less than 1% of time spent online is at daily newspaper websites, that the average newspaper site visitor spends about 1 minute per day on a site. Now that's trending better as we get better and more sophisticated at managing newspaper websites, but there's also uncertainty about what's going to start to happen as tablets and mobile become a dominant method for consumers to interact with the web. So there are these challenges for the industry, and so we thought that we need to think through, well, what would be the elements of a new news ecosystem? One in which the terms publisher and broadcaster are somewhat anachronistic, because the key challenge for publishers today, or people formerly known as publishers, is not necessarily to aggregate a mass market audience and then serve undifferentiated information to that mass market audience. It may be more about developing customized one-to-one relationships with individual users on an automated basis, obviously, so that you can provide them the information they particularly need when they need it, customized to their needs, and also be able to provide customized sponsored information, writ advertising, and be able to get paid for doing that. And in this environment, which I call the gatekeeper to information valet environment, content has become atomized. It can be remixed and customized by the consumer. And so the notion of being able to have complete control of your package, as you did when you had a daily newspaper, or as you did when you had a magazine or a book, is becoming increasingly difficult. Now, it's interesting that the iPad in some ways is a countervailing force to that trend that's been really obvious over the last 10 years on the web, that trend of the consumer picking pieces apart and dealing with atomized content.